All right, you're welcome to Admonton Mental Fitness, and today's topic is going to be equating emotion to logic, and it's going to be as a result of whenever you intend making decisions, whenever you intend taking subordinates in making actions as a team lead, and that's why we call it team mental fitness. So if you look at the infographics, you see the logic has an embodiment of the brain, while emotion have the embodiment of the heart. And you realize that how can I combine my heart with my brain in a way that will compel action. So let's walk on to these three keynotes. If you say just yes to one, then you accord me your time from the beginning of the training to the end. Number one says that, do you agree that in most battle between emotions and logic, emotions always win? Number two says, do you agree if you solely rely on logic, leadership will lose its meaning because it's illogical in the first place? If you say yes, then you accord me to the end of the training. While the last part says, do you agree that if your conversation starts from the angle of logic and ends with emotion, it will result into win-win? So let's go further with the opening quote of the training. The opening quote says, morning and night make a day. So does the combination of both emotions and logic give a desired head start in building communication that connects and corrects. I'll take it one more time. Morning and night make a day. So does the combination of both emotion and logic give a desired head start in building communication that connects and corrects. If you cannot connect to people, you cannot correct them, and you cannot even propel or compel them to take any action. And let's proceed. Now, what is emotion and logic? Emotions are strong positive or negative feelings such as love, kindness, hate, anger, like Mr. Philip always do in the office. It's also some signs of emotion and more. Why logic is the most generally accepted way of reasoning, and we have this emotional jar where each and every of our team member have picked one, and we'll pick one or two to say what they've picked, and they will display it. So now, what are the 5 key alignments to balance emotion and logic in decision making? And the first is, define your SWOT analysis. Define your SWOT analysis. You know, I think at the back end, before we start the training, we're saying, is it to be the first or to be the best? If you are the first, I'd rather implore that I support you and I assist you to be the best of your first, because I know that it will later rub off me to identify my area of best, and that will also help me to also attain my own first over time. So now, SWOT analysis is talking about your strengths, your weakness, your opportunities, and your threats. And we are using Adbond as an example. One of our core strengths is in land provision. One of our great weaknesses is agro developer that constantly we kept working on. And at the end of the training, you will see why you have to be able to discuss your weakness, because some of the time you go out to market to clients and clients will say, this thing is too good to be true. What they are just asking is that they want you to be vulnerable at some areas where you guys are having challenges. In our just concluded press conference, one of the media publication asked, what area do you want that you need help? And did you know that people always think seeking help make them feel that they are weak? And no, it is because you can't have it all, and you have to be able to open your mind, because you never even know who you are talking to might have somebody who could help you render the help that you need. in whatever that you are doing. So the next one is opportunity. And if you look at the opportunity, we have what we call agriculture, government development, and agritourism. These are opportunities that we have at Adbron. And TREX is agro value chain and insurance. Agro value chain in the sense that sometimes you make the agri product, then you now start looking for people to buy it. Until now, we're looking at, I think our villa owner is getting more than enough for us to look towards. So you maybe in admin department, identify your strengths. Am I a planning person? Am I a go-to for implementation? Am I a documentation person? You understand? If you identify this core as a team lead in your subordinates, you better help them to be at the peak of whatever they are good at doing. And whenever you want to deploy them, you deploy them at the right time and you get the best result you are looking out for. So now the second one says, understanding that humans are creation of emotions and not logic. And if you look at just one person with different facial expression, different facial expression of emotion. Even in the office, sometimes we have good funds, and you see at the course of the training, you allow people to be themselves. You allow people to be who they are, as long as they display what you want them to do as a team member. So, and once you understand this aspect in the area of your team member, you can have some team member that you'll be talking to them and they will be smiling, and that doesn't mean that they are not sinking they are not sinking what you are saying. While you'll be talking to some, they'll put their head down. That doesn't mean that so you have to be able to study how each and every one of them gives you their attention. I think in some places, some people will put their hand at the back, while some people put their hand at the front. It doesn't mean that they are not giving you the attention that they want to give you. They are just giving you in the way they can pass their own emotion. So I think the next one says, to shift emotion, balance logic with action. One of the emotions we've always been seeking at that one is, oh, you'll be telling Villa owner, kindly trust us, we will deliver, we will do this, we will do that. And the real deal is, if you can allow your action to align with the logical part of whatever that you say we can do. And that's why, if you notice one thing, we tilt close to 90% of securing future space at Adbond right now. As a result of our core value tied, the delivery part is making us to ask ourselves, what can we deliver 100% is what we should be doing at Adbond Harvest. And that's as a result of the SWOT, analysis, which is our core strength, land provision. And sometimes you might be thinking, I'm not doing enough. But that doesn't mean, if you stick at the area that you are best, it will better help you to deliver with excellence. Most customers will say, Adbond, I would like to be at bought land in motherland. I would like you to go and do something there. We also go back to our core value, excellent execution. Can we, if we do a shabby work, can we execute that as excellent? So why not let us put all our best in legacy growing part time, and then let's deliver excellence within that axis, that if customer can say, okay, let me come and stay with family here, by the time you are going back to motherland, I'll go and start kicking off on a bigger scale in that axis. So these are areas where we can actually use our logic and action to shift maybe villa owner, team member, subordinate emotion when we want them to do what we want them to do. So the next one says define possibility curve. Responsibility curve. Define responsibility curve. And this is where the role that should be given to team lead or team lead assistant, don't give it to subordinates. Let's obey the rule of operational level, so that you won't give me an assignment and then you are expecting so much from me, because there is this adage that says, to whom much is given, that much is expected. So look, imagine as maybe they just employ me today, and then you now give me an assignment of a mid-level, me that have not even understand what the company stands for, what the company is doing. is doing. And at least that's why we say we have a 3-month probation where we allow people to settle in properly into different departments that we put them into. And then when they are asking questions, there's no stupid question. They are just trying to be curious, and then we need to feed them with the right information so that they can balance in and give their best in line. So that's where we have to also define that responsibility curve within the subordinate, within the team player at that born harvest and home. So at the number 5, where you need to discover, you document, and deploy. As a team lead, let's say you have like 4 team members. One is a go-getter. One is so good at, oh, let's go and get the job done. One will say, before we go and get the job done, let's go and do a simple research. Now, the person that is a go-getter, you now give that person to go and do research. The person that is research, you now give that one to go and do the role of a go-getter. You have actually destroyed your team. You have actually put, let's say, someone's weakness in the place of another person's strength. And when you find this alignment in your team, the moment you discover you can always deploy people at any point in time that, oh, we are going to so place, and that person will not say, you didn't inform me before. They will just, because it's something that they enjoy doing, it's something that they like, it's something that they understand how to do it better, and then they move, and you get your results, you get your reward. So now the stuff that you picked, I would like Mr. Aderonke to tell us what's in your own. Yeah, because now we are the wheel where we where we pick them from. So what's your own? Love, right? Wow. Please, let's give her a round of applause. Can you see? Love is at the edge, and it's mega, it's big. So, Miss Modupe, what's your own? Admiration. Wow. Admiration is at the core center. Let's give her a round of applause. Can you see that we have people with good heart? Genga, what's yours? Serenity. So I think serenity beside love. Oh, perfect. So can you see? So at the end we'll ask for the rest so that we can shut down the training. So bonus. Mr. T, what can you see in this image? What do you see in this image? A key, a padlock open, right? That's what you see. Thank you. That's what I'm expecting. What I'm expecting is that if you show vulnerability, you make people know that I don't know it all. That's why we are working as a team. Automatic, they will open the padlock of love, and then they will be willing to work with you. They will be willing to go. And that's one thing I want you to help me to appreciate Mr. Felix for. You know why I'm saying this? You know, somebody came into the office for interview, and I was telling the person, we are in debt, we have problem, we have this. So, but if you do your own work, you will get your whatever we are going to promise you as remuneration. And he said, sir, don't bother about the payments. Let's get the work rolling. And that's why I said you guys should help me to clap for him. So, you know, vulnerability has a way, vulnerability has a way people open their mind, people open their mind to you, and as a team lead, we implore you that at every point in time, you should not pretend as if you know it all, you understand everything, you are the alpha and omega. Let your team member, because a new person that just come into your team, you don't know where they are coming from, can have a solution to what you think is a challenge. So now, the internal emotion recommendation. Number 1 is constant positive morning affirmation and self-validation. Try and figure out maybe your top 20 words and say it to yourself every morning. It might be in your bedroom that you'll be telling yourself. It might be in your library. It might be when you are working out. Try and constantly say good words to yourself. The moment where you always validate yourself with good words, when somebody says "Shori Okpeni," it will not even get to you, because such words cannot find alignment in your system, and you won't count it as a big deal. And then this one is the most important: obey and embrace the golden rule. The golden rule states that do unto others what you want others to do, to do unto you as well. If you do that constantly, I assure you, you have a balanced emotion in whatever you're doing. Why mental logic recommendation? They are very simple exercise, and if you do this simple exercise constantly, your emotions will not really, it plays its part, but it won't really overrule you whenever you need to put your logic into the equation. Early to bed is early to rise. Set a time for yourself. Brush your teeth twice daily, morning rising from bed and also before retiring to sleep. The last one, retiring to sleep, is the most difficult and so hard. Then another one is make my bed after I wake up. The moment you wake up like this, you set your bed like as if you want to sleep. But some people say if they set the bed to make them want to, it's a lie. You have not brushed your teeth. If you brush your teeth, you get out of the bedroom. So the next one say create a proper daily routine for 7 days that can make a year. Do you know that we've done this training before? Everything we need is in 7 days. If you identify what you should be doing on Monday, you identify what you should be doing on Tuesday up to Friday and Saturday and Sunday, you have made a decade, you have made a year. Premiership, they've been doing the same thing all over and over and over. They will just bring 3 new people, remove 2 or 4 new bodies. So the next one says don't drink and drive. You know, if you can put all this little rule into equation, you make a great impact in yourself. Then the last one, that is of them all, whatever you start, make sure you finish it. Whatever you start, make sure you finish it. See, let's say Mr. Aderonke told me, Mr. Oluwagbemi, kindly help me to do this transfer, and I'm at the verge of that transfer, and a call showed in. I'll make sure I finish the transfer before I attend to the call. Except if I can say, Mr. Aderonke, apologies, can I sharply attend to this call? And she gave me approval that, okay, kindly do that, and I will get it done and go back to whatever I'm doing. So these are something that I implore that if you can work with this little recommendation, it will cooking and help the logical part of us to always play its role. Pari passu, they are pari passu. You cannot put one aside. So then conclusion code says, when dealing with people, remember you are not dealing with the creation of logic, but with creation of emotions. So and this quote is from Dale Carnegie. He is the author of the favorite book at that bond, How to Win Friends and Influence People. So, and if you don't have that here in your library, we advise you get it. It will better help you to regulate your emotions. Before we close, I and Miss Kate were at the verge of all this LASA authority, and they stopped us that, oh, where is your LASA permit? And I now told the guy that I've done everything. Can I call? I placed a call to the person that always supposed to do it. And the guy says, sir, I forgot to. I've not bring that one for you. I just told the guy, sir, we are a criminal now. Kindly arrest us. And you understand? The guy just burst. I'm telling you, the guy just burst into smile. And then the colleague was saying, you have been talking too long with these people. Arrest them. Yes, if you are here, you even talk more longer. Yeah, you talk more longer with them. So we turn everything to fun. We turn it to play. And the guy say, okay, you guys can go because it's this person that do this. And then we say, okay, let's pay a certain money so that you can help us to do the paper documentation that you need to help us to do. So we just need to have that good cordial emotional understanding and how to make people feel like, oh, I think you are at the place of your own authority. Do what you need to do and let me also do my part. So peradventure you have any question or contribution, kindly feel free to put it at the comment section below. And if you have something new that you've gotten from this training, we also like to read from you as well. So our usual learning code says that effective human functionality is found in an environment of continual learning with a supportive action drive for desired result. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the training. Have a great week. See you on Monday.